on?
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Mobile App Coaching. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here as well. This is the only time where we do any coaching on our mobile app itself. So, for those of you who are on the mobile app, this is a great opportunity to understand what's going on in the mobile app and how to best take advantage of it. If you can hear me loud and clear, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Good afternoon, Nancy. Greg says can hear me as well. I don't know if the alert hit yet. We only have 45 people here, ready to chew stuff over. Why are you messing with me, Tabula? Why? I should put you in timeout just for saying that. That's messed up. Yes. I had some issues with my teeth. I still do, but it's much better. It's much better. I got a plan going forward to get this all squared away, and just waiting to make it all happen. I went very aggressive today, bought some Spice. Spice was good move today in that they were booking seats for their commercial flights in space. $600,000 a person? Woo! That's a lot of money. But the stock went up nicely today, Jazz. I hear you. We got Jazz and Jazz Badial, two different. So I got Nancy here and Jerry's here, both of them. David, good afternoon. How are you? Galen, show me the money. I'm going to show you some money today. You know something? I'm going to go off the beaten path today. And I thought Joey finally snapped and cracked your jaw. Now, that's funny. And hold on a second. That is funny. That's funny, because if that were to happen, that just wouldn't happen. All right. So, with that being said, that's just morning from Vancouver. I got people here from Canada. I'm wondering if my alert. I said it, Clay. I swear I did. Hold on. Let me go. Yep. I'm looking at the window. The window said it was sent. All right, the window says that it's sent. CoreWeave up today. Nice move there, too, as well. You know, that's a big NVIDIA investment into CoreWeave. Nice move on it as well. Some quantum is moving today. We made some money in the Jockey Club this morning on what was it? QBTS. We made a little bit of money on that as an aggressive day trade scalp play. So we did do that. We got somebody else from Canada as well. Efio Safu. Efio Safu. I don't know if I say that name right. You know something? Don't even tell me if I'm saying it right. It sounds good to me. So I'm still waiting for the alert. The alert still just hasn't hit. It hasn't shown up on my iPad either. By the way,
It's not showing up in the report.
oh, it's so. Is it something that I did? Because
I don't know.
it
I'm gonna
sent.
reset it though.
It did send. I'm seeing at the window. It sent. All right. So, how to play the Trump and Iran coming close to a nuclear deal? Ooh, you know something? You know what my 6 p.m. video tonight is on, Fox? It's on uranium stocks. Ooh, interesting how you played right into it. My 6 p.m. video is tonight. All right, so the full name is a lot longer. Oh, all right, I don't want to know. Do not type the full name in here because I'll try to say it. All right. So QBTS was a good move today. We made a little bit of money as a day trade in the Jockey Club. Cloverdale, well neighbors. So there's a lot of Canadian folks here. We always got Canadian folks in here. All right, so as I open up the app, we're looking at the homepage. The homepage really just brings to the forefront what's going on. Gold grill on pullback. Ross, we've been talking about gold. Now, the gold play, the gold play has been very in line with the tariff news. When the tariff news is bad, people migrate to gold. When the tariff news is good, like it is now, gold doesn't play a role in here right now, and gold is not the play right now. Gold is not the play right now. Now, are there some gold stocks that are moving? The answer to that question is yes, but I wouldn't be playing gold right now. That's just my 2 cents in regards to the gold play right now. But let's look at what's going on the homepage. The Dow is up a little bit, about 1/10. The Nasdaq's up a little bit, about 1/10. The S&P is up a little bit, about 2/10, and the composite's the biggest mover today, up about 0.3%. All right, and if we're looking at what's going on from the mobile app, Today's market is somewhat bullish. VectorVest does advocate buying safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price at this time. Noticing that all of our market timing calls are up. So it's a good time to be in the market. How many of you, let's go start with this. How many of you are interested in some of the best, safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price at this time? Type a 1 in the room. How many of so if if the guidance says VectorVest advocates buying safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price at this time, there it is. Was that your alert, Clay? Must be, because now the alert hit. All right. So if you're interested, I'm going to show you something right now, something that I created specifically for the YouTube chat. And I'm going to go, you're probably not even going to be able to do this even on the mobile app, unfortunately. But I am going to go to the screener. I'm going to go to Explore Screens. You might be able to. I'm going to go to My Screens. It's a screen that I created. And I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to find a search that I created. Called Safe Undervalued Stocks Rising in Price. I thought it was up there. It's all alphabetical. So let's go see. PQR. Nope. So it is up here. I got to find it. RQR. Safe. See that? I created a search in my desktop. Called Safe Undervalued Rising. You see that? Safe Undervalued Rising. I'm going to click on it. It will automatically look at the search that I created on my desktop. So if you only have the mobile app, you're not going to be able to do this. If you have the desktop, you automatically get free access to the mobile app. All right? How about this? Here are my safe, undervalued stocks rising in price, currently in a rising market. How cool is that? All right, let's go take a look. Put this on 3-month graph. Undervalued. All right, we can clearly see that they're undervalued. Actually, Boyd just broke through a level of resistance. Nice open candle today. Very little wick at the top. RT is above 1 and rising. Stocks in an uptrend. Let's go to the next one. ATGE. Look at that. Now, notice I've got moving averages on here, 3, 8, and a 20. The light blue line is the 3. The darker blue line is the 8. So the 3 is above the 8. And then the purple line is the 20. Couple of down days. Look at that. Couple of down days, but the 3 and the 8 are still in place. Look at that. The 3 and the 8 is still in place. Undervalued and value is rising. Up about 0.5% today. RT is moving up. If nothing else, you need to write these stocks down. What's up, Furby? If nothing else, folks, you need to write these stocks down. PRI. It is safe. I can tell you that it's safe. Let's go back. Safe 1.3. Undervalued, as you can see. Trading at 388.94. Rising in price. RT is above 1. Good earnings per share. Nice little rebound going on here. I like that the 3 is above the 8, which is above the 20. But this stock still has a little bit of ways to go. It's up today. Be careful with this one. This one could be an early breakout. Can we add earnings rising? I can add. There it is, Jill. I'd have to add it on my desktop. All right, that's where the search was created. I couldn't create it here in the mobile. But if I have the desktop, I can also put that it's got rising earnings. Absolutely. All right, but I do like the earnings on this, Jill. Higher than it was a year ago. Put this on a 3-month graph. I don't have earnings on now. I have RT. But I can go down to the graph settings at the bottom. And let's go put on indicator lower graph. Can I put earnings per share? Earnings per share? Sure can. And there you go, Jill. What's that? Earnings rising. All right, so I cannot add it. Who said XROF was a safe stock? I didn't see. Is that in the list? I don't think XROF's in here. Ooh, buddy. Is XROF in here? Don't be telling me XROF's in here. And it's not. Why are you talking about XROF is not a safe stock? I didn't say it was. All right, but this is a great way, even from the mobile app, to be able to hone in on safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price, preferably in a rising market. And man, I think if nothing else, write these down. These stocks fit the mold of what VectorVest is all about. I'm leaving these up so you can write these down. Is everybody done? Is everybody done writing these down? I'm only going to give you about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 6, 3, 2, 1. In case you didn't know, that was called Marine Corps counting. That was called Marine Corps counting. But you got a bonus today. If the guidance says to buy safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price, I just provided you with a list of stocks that meet that exact criteria out of the over 9,500 stocks that we track. Everybody comes to YouTube. Everybody comes to a YouTube channel to get what? Stocks. I just gave you a great group of stocks that nobody else can give you. Why? Because they don't have the indicators that we have. All right, you took a screenshot. Excellent, excellent. I'm telling you, you got some good stocks in your hands based upon the guidance that we're giving you. And, I'm on this kick right now that for everybody who's out there, who's on the channel, who does not have a subscription to the VectorVest software, my kick right now is to prove to you that there's value behind having the VectorVest software. How many of you are not subscribers to the VectorVest software? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you are not subscribers to the VectorVest software? All right, type of 1 in the room. I'm curious to know because, again, between Ryan and I, we put a lot of great content out there for you, a lot. And many of you just come to the channel just to get the content. But I'm trying to get you to put some skin in the game. I'm trying to get you guys to put some skin in the game. And from that perspective, do you know that you can take a trial to VectorVest for $9.95 for 30 days? www.vectorvest.com/YT. Click that. Clay, put that in the chat for him, please. Put that in the chat for him, please. www.vectorvest.com/YT. With that, you get 30-day trial to VectorVest. All right. What about HIMS? HIMS I like. I'm going to go see if I can find HIMS. HIMS I like. HIMS was another stock that I'm thinking about in the Jockey Club this morning. HIMS I like. Put down the 30-day. Look at that. Stopped right at a level of resistance. If it breaks through that, the stock's got good upside. Prior to that, the 3 and the 8 crossed right here on 428. Moved up, broke through that level of resistance right there. Up, broke through another level of resistance right there. Got stopped at the most recent level of resistance. Nice up day today, a little bit of a spinning top, a wick at the top, a wick at the bottom of the candle. Look at that earnings per share. I like it longer term. Let's put this on a 6-month graph. Look at that. That's a 6-month level of resistance that it broke, that it stopped at. If it breaks above that, the stock's got good upside. Today's move is up over 4%. Like that. Nice move today. But would I buy it yet? Let's go see if we can get above that level. You know something? I'm going to set an alert. Click on that. Let's go to, oops, I got to go to a 1-year graph first. I'm going to set an alert. Create an alert. I'm going to give you a point of what to think about buying this stock. At about 69, I'm going to say $69. $69 is a good confirmation level of getting into the stock. I'm going to bring it down if you want to be a little bit more aggressive. I'm going to give you a level of 65.92. 65.92. I'm going to set an alert right there. Create. And when it hits that alert, it will let me know, because I have the mobile app, it will let me know that it's ready to buy the stock. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that make sense to everybody? I set an alert. I like the graph. I click the little bell icon in the top right-hand corner, and I set an alert. Whew. Thank you for all the VV Nation, talking to all the people who are not subscribers. All right, A. Fox says, I had 140% return on HIMS in 3 weeks. Woo-wee. All right, there was another stock that's SPCE. SPCE. Let's go take a look at it. Do I like that? That's 1 day. 1 day doesn't make a trend. That's all news-driven. Look at that. Am I feeling comfortable? So tell me, it's up 94%, 96% today. How many of you feel comfortable buying it? Type of 1 if you feel comfortable buying it. Type of 2 if you wouldn't touch this yet. 1 day doesn't make a trend. 1 day doesn't make a trend. But you know something? Let's say it goes up some more. Let's say it goes up some more. I'm going to show you what to do. We're going to set an alert. Create an alert. Where do I want it? I want it at this most recent swing high right back here. You know what I'm looking at is a way, if this stock still has upside, because I'm interested in seeing that there's very little wick at the top of the candle. Very little wick at the top of the candle. So for everybody who's typing a 2, let me show you something. Let's go see if the stock's got some follow through. I'm giving you a buy price of $6.71. I'm going to create that. Now, do what I just did. Do what I just did. The mobile app will give you an alert when that stock hits that level that I just put in. How cool is that? All right, Qubit. Let's go check that out. Do I like it? QUBT. Another news-driven day. Look at that big gap up. You know what don't I like automatically looking at the stock? What don't I like about it? Type it in the room. What don't I like about it? Already just looking at the stock. Nice move today, stopping right at resistance right there. What don't I like about the stock if I'm trying to hold this longer term? There you go, F-E-O-Y-S-E-O. Son of a gun. I'm just going to call you Safu. Are you all right with that? Are you okay with that? I'm just going to call you Safu. Are you okay with that? All right? The value is falling. Now, from a technical standpoint, can I buy if it goes up above that level? Let me go take a look. Let me go back, put this back on a year. Let's go set an alert. Let's go see if it's worth it. Oof. You know, what I do like about that is that this alert, look at that. That's right at the gap. That's right at that gap. 1255. You know, look from this level right here. The stock is moving higher if you draw a trend line. It isn't an uptrend, right? I'm going to look right at that level of resistance, that level of the gap. I'm going to give you a buy price for those of you who are not in it. Big, nice up day today. Keep it assuming. I'm going to create a buy order at about $12.66. I'm going to create that. All right, I'm going to create that. But watch, you know, I'm cool, boss. You're killing it. Thank you, Safu. I appreciate that. Thomas, what did you say? RBC raised the price target on VRT. Let's go see if it was worth it. Let's go look at VRT. Oh, son of a gun. What the flying heck was that? VRT. I got fat fingers today. VRT. They might have raised. It broke through a level of resistance right there. Now testing it as a level of support. Do like the earnings is higher than it was 6 months ago, 3 months ago. It's testing that level of current support right now. I'd wait. I would wait. So the news is that they got a price target raised. The 3 is still above the 8, which is above the 20. It's overvalued. All right. Earnings is higher than it was 3 months ago. Those are things that I like. But let the stock come to me. It's only up about 0.4% today. Let the stock come to me. It's testing this former level of resistance now as a current level of support. The 3 and 8 is still in play, but I would wait. I would wait on this. QBTS, that's the stock that we looked at this morning. We made some money on it in the Jockey Club. We did make some money on it in the Jockey Club. Nice little 1-year high. Put this on a 3-month. Look at that. Look at the big wick on today's candle, though, Jazz. Little bit of profit taken. It's up 7.3% today. Again, we made a little bit of money on it, but I got profit taken from yesterday. Look at the big wick yesterday. No follow through today, though. That was a shooting star yesterday. No follow through today, but I got a big wick at the top of today's candle. Still showing me some selling pressure. 2 days in a row. Look at that. Wick there, wick there, wick there, wick there. There's a lot of selling pressure on this stock. There's a lot of selling. It's still moving up. The 3, the 8, and the 20 are all still in play. Look at the earnings on a 3-month graph. A lot of selling pressure. Just be careful. Jazz says it's on his radar. We made a day trade on it today, but I determined that I was not trying to hold this stock long term. Not just quite yet. A lot of selling pressure. Just be careful with qubits. Now, I looked at a lot of your stocks already so far. I looked at a lot of your stocks already so far. Let's go over to my watch lists. How many of you have created watch lists in the software? You need to do that. You need to do that if you haven't already. You need to do that if you haven't already. You know what the cool thing about this is? I can go through all these watch lists that I've created, talking about having stocks on your radar, Jazz, from a mobile perspective, because you can't do this in the desktop. But from a mobile perspective, I can see which watch lists have RTs above 1, starting with aerospace. Look at that. You know how I feel about defense. Defense is big for me. I think it's a big thing. As far as contracts these planes are getting, being able to sell to other countries, all these things. Aerospace and defense. And again, because you're on the mobile app, you have access to looking at these watch lists and looking at the RTs. 1.24. Let's go check a look and see what's in there. Let's sort this by the stocks that are moving up the most today by percent price gain. Airy, up 3.7% today. Now, notice that I went and looked, but not a whole lot of these stocks are moving up today. That catches my attention. So even though the watch list has an RT above 1, not a lot of stocks moving up today. Airy, it's got to be news-driven or earnings. Do I like that? No, not really. Yeah, it's a nice update with very little wick at the top, but I got 1, 2, 3 levels of resistance to get through. Number 1. Number 2, earnings is a little better than it was 3 months ago. That's a good thing. It's up 3.71%. Stock is a sell. I could probably do better than that. How about Leonardo? Man, I'm not feeling this, a volume thing. But look at the earnings. The company's making money. The company's making money up 3% today. General Dynamics I do like, especially for robotics. Look at today's candle stop right there at that level of resistance. Love that it's undervalued and value is rising. Undervalued and value is rising. Love the earnings per share, but the stock's in the channel. Hey, Glenn, isn't VectorVest approaching resistance? You're talking about, let me show you what he's talking about. The market's getting to a level where it's starting to look overbought. See that MTI at 1.49. When the market gets into a level of when the MTI gets to a level of about 1.5 to 1.6, the market is looking for a top. Keywords there, Marcus, looking for a top. I think the market still has upside. I think with the momentum coming from the Middle East and the tariffs and all of those things, I think the market still has upside. Now, how do I know when the market starts to turn around? Well, from the mobile app, just click on the VVC, look at the graph. What's the graph showing you right now? It is at a level of moving up. All right, it's in a level of moving up. So, Marcus, is the MTI at a level where the market is starting to look for a top? Possibly. Absolutely. Not possibly. The indicator says yes. But what am I looking for before I can see the market starts to pull over? I'll start to see the primary wave go down. I'll start to see the 3 and the 8 on the market cross back to the downside. Does that make sense to everybody? Now, listen. Interesting. Tabula asked, overbought already? Only confirmed up a couple of days ago. I want you to see something. You say, toppy already? Look at this. From this low, look at all this time, Tabula, the market's had an opportunity to go up. It didn't just happen overnight. Look at that. It didn't just happen overnight. So you see that level of the low, the level of the bottom? This didn't happen overnight. Now, it's interesting as you call, the confirmed call just kicked over. I think this is the longest time that I've ever seen the confirmed call hit from this far from a bottom. But you know why? It's because there was a lot of tariff ambiguity going on. That was the problem. So Tabula, it's not that it just happened overnight. It's had an opportunity to, as you can see, the market's moving up from that low, from that bottom. It did take a long time for the confirmed call to hit. And again, that had a lot to do with the tariffs. ACHR is another one that I like. ACHR, and I see the meme stock coming in, AMC. It's almost as bad as GME. ACR, new 1-year high. Put this on a 3-month graph. Look at that stock just a moving. You know something? I like that stock too. I'm going to set an alert. Create an alert. And I'm going to go about, there we go, about 13.60, only about 20 cents higher than where we are right now. Going to create an alert. And as you guys continue to create these alerts like I do throughout the time period, between now and next week, you're going to get alerts that these stocks have hit your targets. And then you can step on board and take advantage of them. I think I want to start doing that more when I look at a stock that I'm interested in so I can set you up for the week. so I can set you up for the week. What is the value of the MTI today? It's right at 1.49. All right. Now, again, before everybody starts jumping on board with the MTI and where it is, understand it's at a level where the market is looking for a bottom. Put it in the room, hashtag looking. Type it in the room, hashtag looking. Because I don't want everybody to start jumping on board. Oh my gosh, the market's going to pull back. Type in the room, hashtag looking. The market is looking. It's going to get at a level where it's starting to look for a top. I'm trying to show you the things to look for. I'm trying to show you the things to look for in the VectorVest composite before the market or as the market's about to pull back. All right? Right now, the 3 and the 8 are in play. If I drew a trend line from the low all the way up to right now, the market's in an uptrend. Don't get caught up on the MTI yet. The MTI is a level of indication. The market is at a level where it's starting to look for a top, but ain't there. Hashtag looking. That's what I want. All right? Hashtag looking. We were looking at ACHR. Let me finish looking at it. I do like the move on it. Did I set an alert? I don't remember if I set an alert. Did I set an alert? Yeah, I did. I set an alert on ACHR. I do like that. 55 days before pullback. That's what where's the 55 days coming from? Where are they pulling that out from? 55 days? Where? How do you get that? I don't know how you get that. Before I start yelling and cussing, I don't know how you get some 55 days. I don't know how they're predicting that. That's right, Padula. Play nice. Thank you, Bill. Because of listen, there's a couple of things that I'm looking for as a catalyst to the downside. All right? There's a couple of things that I'm looking for, and mark this down. Look at me. Look at me. Everybody stop typing. Look at me. Look at me. There's 2 things that I'm looking for. 1, jobs. All of these people that got laid off in the government still have severance packages. The jobs are still on the books. Once those jobs go off the books, employment's going to play a big role in a pullback in the market. All right? That's number 1. Number 2, I don't know if it's 55 days or more or whatever. We're going to have to see what fans out or plays out from the tariffs. All right? There's a lot of lip service right now. Hey, we paused. You guys are good up until and so I can now understand the 55 days. Now I understand the 55 days. We got to see what truly comes out of all of these talks. Someone in the Jockey Club says that India made a deal with the U.S. I still hadn't seen nothing out there that said that India made a deal with us. But somebody in the Jockey Club said that they made a deal with no tariffs to the U.S. I ain't seen that yet. And you would think that would be huge news. After China's deal or proposed deal, India would be the next biggest story. So putting these 2 things together, those are the things that will be a catalyst to the market moving to the downside if they fall through. All right, Glenn, well said, lip service. Listen, I'm calling it like I see it. You guys know how I feel about the tariffs. I'm calling it like I see it. Everybody on the Middle East trip was saying, we're going to give you guys money to invest in your infrastructure. Over 10 years. What have you done for me lately? You know, that's what I'm thinking. I want some money. Oh, you're going to get it over the next 10 years. I mean, on paper, that sounds great. But how is that helping me now? Now, the one thing that is helping us now is the tariffs that we have out there already that we're collecting on is going up month by month. That's a good thing, right? That's money. It's money in our hands at that point. Because no matter what deals that are being worked, there's a 10% tariff across the board on everybody. We're taking in money on a monthly basis on that, right? We're taking in money. Okay to play short-term put options on indices. Why would you play puts? What's telling you it's okay to play puts, Ali? What the market's moving up. We're looking at the VectorVest composite. The market's moving up. Right? Let the market come to you. I'm a big fan of that, and I talk about that a lot. Let the market come to you. Stop trying to outguess what the market's going to do. Take what the market is giving to you. You know something? We can look at things like the VVC to make decisions on what we want to do or not do. I say we cut our tariffs over a 10-year period. Wow, way to go, Jerry. That's interesting. That's kind of interesting. Fine. You want us to cut tariffs? You want to invest in us over the next 10 years? We'll cut your tariffs over the next 10 years. You got to have a JOB if you want to play with the VVC. That's true. You got to have a JOB if you want to play with the VVC. Ain't nothing going on but the rent, baby. We going to make some money. All right. Where else do I want to go to look for stock pick ideas? Let's go to stock pick ideas. On a day like today, do you play high momentum stocks? Let's check that out. Let's sort this by percent gain winners. 23%. Do I like? Look at that stock. I don't know anything about this. A DeFi development up 23%. Look at that. Bottom left, top right, all the way up. Earnings is getting better. I may have missed your comments on SoFi. I don't know if I made any comments on SoFi. I'm all over the place today, which is kind of cool. All right, because I'm doing this as if you were out and about. I want you to be able to know what to look for, where to go to look to find stocks to take advantage of or to get a true understanding of what's really going on in the market. All right, let's go to the next one. I'm not feeling that. Wow, look at the big one. I'm not feeling that. Need some volume. Mule. 4% up today. Look at this. How many of you have never heard of this stock? Type of 1. How many of you have never heard of this stock? Type of 1. All right. I'm thinking that a lot of you have not heard of this stock. I like what I see. And I don't like that it's overvalued, but look at the rise in value. All right. Look at the rise in earnings per share. Ooh, I might want a little piece of this right here. Let's go put this on a 1-year graph first. Look at that. Now, it's had some volume issues over the last year. It has. I'm going to put a bell on this. Create an alert. 339.93. About $3. 339.93. I'm going to create an alert. Again, throughout the week, it'll give you an alert. AMC hype starting, crazy start next week. Why are all of you guys coming into here talking about AMC? Why are y'all coming in here? I think it's a whole group of people who just bombarded me today talking. Why? For everybody who's coming in here talking about AMC to pump it up, this is what our channel does. Our channel takes the hype and puts it into perspective. All right? For everybody who's in here talking about AMC today, I think you must be new to the channel. First off, I'd like to say welcome. Number 2, we don't do that kind of stuff here in VectorVest. All right? Can I get an amen for that? For everybody who understands what's going on with the meme stocks and how we go after them, type of amen in the room. So that's about the third person in here that's talking about, AMC. All right? Let's go take a look at it. All right, let's go take a look at it. Why? Where's the hype? I'm going to be like Flavor Flav. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. So, I got about 3 people in here. Really coming in. Again, thank you for showing up. Bring more of your friends, by the way. All right? Bring more of your friends. I'd love to have you and more of your friends here so that we can talk to you. All right? And so we can talk to you. Where's the hype? That's a 3-month graph. All right? That's a 3-month graph. Where's the hype? And this is what our channel is all about. Our channel doesn't fall into all of that hype. This is not what we do. Whether it's AMC, whether it's GME, whether it's ABC, whether it's XYZ, whatever it is. This is a channel where people can feel comfortable getting the real news, getting the real information, and not forming to the hype. And there you go, said. Play the charts, trade the charts, not your heart. How about trade the charts, not the hype? Trade the charts, not the hype. So again, those people that came in today to talk about AMC, thank you for showing up today. Thank you for letting me show you the power of the VectorVest software to help you guys make better decisions so that you can be diamond hands or bag holders or whatever you want to be. This is what we do on our channel. This is what we do on our channel. All right. That was awesome. That was awesome to be able to do that on the fly. All right. That was awesome to be able to do that on the fly and not back down from it. This is what we do. There's no hype here. There's no nothing here. Look at the wick today. Stop right at that level of resistance. Why? Because right at this level of resistance. Sorry, right at that level of resistance. Now there's a positive sign. AMC is getting less worse as far as earnings. That's fine. 6-month graph, nope. 1-year graph, yeah. There's no hype. There's no hype. All right, and thank you all for all the amens because I think that those people needed to see that. All right, that's not what we do here on this channel. That's not what we do here on this channel. But I invite them to come back again and bring their peeps. Bring your peeps. All right, bring your peeps. Notice those chats ain't going up no more. Interesting. Notice those chats ain't going up. No, there you go. Thank you, Ali. Got us a super chat off of that. Type the W's in the room. Type the W's in the room. Thank you for that, Ali. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Awesome. All right. So I'm just saying, that's not what we do. Get that stuff out of here. I want you to come back and take a look. All right. I want you to come back and take a look, all those people with the AMCs. Come back. We want you to come back. Bring your friends. Let me educate them. Let me educate them. All right. Would you sell covered calls in the stocks you own? You're down big, and absolutely. I would have done it before now, G-Money. You know something? If I'm in a stock, a good stock that I want to hold long term, once that stock, I got to have something like a 3 and 8, some kind of moving average, something like that, or trend line. Once one of those things get broken, that's when I start selling covered calls. Does that make sense, G-Money? So if the stock that I'm in that I like long term is in a trend, but then the trend breaks, that's when I sell covered calls. Or if I'm using moving averages on those stocks and the moving averages break, that's when I sell covered calls. There's no reason why you should sell covered calls when you're way down. Does that make sense? Nobody should ever be way down before they start selling covered calls. As a matter of fact, let's go put up a stock like Palantir. Why? Because I own it. Palantir, I want to own it long term, right? Stocks up. Notice that the 3 never really crossed below the 8. I'm okay. But when, if it's in an uptrend from here up to that high, you have a trend line, it breaks down below, that's when you sell your covered calls. All right? Would I sell covered calls on Palantir? Not yet. Not until the 3 goes below the 8 or breaks down through that level of the trend line. Can we access your undervalued screen? Cal, you cannot. You cannot. These are searches that I've created. These are searches that I've created. I show you so that I can give you. You want undervalued? How about I'm going to help you out, though. I'm going to help you out. Let's go to screener. I do have an undervalued somewhere. Where's my screens? I'm going to give you some help on undervalued stocks. Undervalued less than 10. I'm going to help you out right there. Cal, I only got 3 stocks that met the criteria for my search. Undervalued stocks less than $10. Take a picture of those. Take a picture of those. Keep those in a watch list. All right. What else do I have? Undervalued stocks. New moves higher. Let's go take a look. Only 4 stocks met that criteria. How about that, Cal? I just gave you 7 stocks from an undervalued perspective. 7 stocks from an undervalued perspective. You know why I do that? Because I want you to come back again and again and again. That's why. I want to show you the value behind having the VectorVest system. And if you're not a subscriber to the VectorVest software, Cal, I invite you to take a trial for $9.95. Go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. But Cal, you wanted undervalued stocks. I just gave you 7. I just gave you 7 on the fly right here. Why? Because I want you to come back and I want you to bring your friends. GCK, yeah, you know something? GCTK, I was going to get that added to the software, and then my data team looked at it, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I want that stock anymore. That's in the space for diabetes, for the implantable. You guys know that I have a monitor to track my glucose. But, outside of Senseonics, GCTK was a stock that I was very interested in getting added to the software. It's only 14 cents. But Burt Beautiful said it was $780 back in 2021. A stock that's dropped that much, I'm not a fan of anymore. So I'm going to stick to Senseonics. Burt, I did have a conversation. In regards to adding that stock to the database, and we decided we're not going to. So I'm going to stick to that space, to Senseonics. But thank you for bringing that up. Someone wants me to take a look at UNH. Let's go take a look at UNH. I keep getting stock picks come up. Thanks for the update. You got it, Bert. As soon as I saw the story, that got me interested in the stock. But then we looked and it wasn't what we need to be. UNH is going through some problems. They're under investigation for some fraud. UNH is tough. Right now, I wouldn't touch it. If you own it, you got to ask yourself. Ask yourself the reason why. Why do you want to own it right now? I wouldn't want to own UNH right now. Not at all. And prior to all of this, how about, remember I was talking about the stocks that you should sell covered calls on? How about the 3 and the 8 crossed back here? Even if this was a stock that you wanted long term, the 3 and the 8 crossed, that's what I would have sold covered calls. I don't even think the covered calls can keep up with the stocks pushed to the downside. I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it. Spice, SPCE. Big move on their idea of getting people in the space. That's a 1-year graph. That's a 3-month graph. Big move. Look at the big at the top. I'm not sure I want to touch it just quite yet. I put in a price target, right? I already put in a price target on it. Did I set an alert? I did. See the bell in the top right-hand corner is filled in. I set it an alert. If this stock could still have some good upside if it continues to moving up. I put in an alert for the stock to go higher than where it is right now. And guess what? I would keep it on a watch list. Much appreciated. I'm a subscriber. Awesome. Thank you, Cal. Thought on Serve. Let's go look at Serve. SERV. It's moving up from this support level down here. It is moving up. Broke through resistance. It's got a lot of space before it hits that next level of resistance. I'm not liking earnings per share. It is overvalued, but value is rising. It's up about 10% today. 1 month. Do I like that? 6 month. It's got a lot of move up to that level of resistance. So it's got some upside. I wouldn't mind. I don't like the earnings. Earnings is a flag. But it is moving up. It broke to that level of resistance. The 3, the 8, and 20 are all in place. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to send an alert for you. Where do I want that? Right about there. 1078. About 50 cents higher than where it is right now. Create. The beautiful thing is if you're following behind me in creating these alerts throughout the week, these stocks will issue alerts to you. These stocks will issue an alert because you have the mobile app. The desktop doesn't do that. The mobile app does. Even if you have the desktop, I like the ability to set the alerts in the mobile. Remember, if you have the desktop, you've got free access to the mobile. I like using the mobile for the alert part of it. Hi, Glenn. What is the best data center stock? I need a list of data centers, and then I can tell you that. I need a list of data centers. Yep, Bill, it's at 1.4. I keep telling y'all, hashtag looking. Stop getting caught up on the MTI. It's called hashtag looking. Market's looking. Let's go to NAGE. NAGE. Wow, nice move on that stock. And it's a bioscience. Oof, that stock is just moving straight up. Look at the earnings per share. It is overvalued, but value is rising. Put this on a 3-month graph. Look at that. Oh, we're going to set us an alert on that. We're going to set us up an alert on that. Right about there. 1071. Create. We just created an alert on that. I like that stock. Who gave me that? That was Jake. That's a good-looking freaking stock. I like that. I like that stock. I cannot lie. It is overvalued, fundamentally sound, relative. It's got good upside potential. RV is above 1, relative safety is below 1. This is more of an aggressive play. RT, the stock's definitely in an uptrend. Glenn, MTI is close to 1.5. Maybe that is the reason stocks are not rising. No, I think the stocks have gone up like 16 out of the last 22 days. I think the market's just going through what it normally goes through. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. Do you expect a pullback? What did I tell you? I think the things that I'm looking for as a catalyst to a pullback or something that goes wrong with some of these trade deals that are out there, or what was my second thing? Trade deals and unemployment. Those are only 2 things I'm looking for. I know someone who lost their government job after 24 years. That sucks. That sucks. Now, I am, something, I don't want to downplay the people who've lost their jobs, the government jobs, but there's a silver lining in that a lot of this investment into infrastructure into the United States is going to create a lot of jobs. Question came up yesterday in the live stream. Oh, so will those jobs, with those people that got laid off, are they going to go into those jobs? I don't want to downplay the people, the government people who've lost jobs. Not at all. But there's hopefully a bright side is that this investment into the infrastructure in the U.S. will create a lot of jobs. So we'll see. And I'm with Bill. I think that sucks. That really does suck. Why is Chewy on fire? Did someone burn it down? Ha, that's funny. Chewy, why is it on fire? I don't know if it's earnings. It's on a 6-month graph. Stock is moving straight up from that level of support or that level of the low, moving straight up. I don't know. Let's go click on the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner. Let's click on stock news. I don't know what's moving Chewy higher. It's up at 1% today. Chewy stock fetches support for online leader amid recession-resilient pet spending. Yeah, my wife just had to get shots for the dog, shots for the cat. We got pet insurance. I didn't know they had such thing as pet insurance. But my wife's we got pet insurance. I'm like, why? They're animals. And then my wife gets really mad at me when I say that. And I'm like, they're just animals. No, they're family. They ain't my family. Ain't none of my DNA coming out of that. That ain't my family. They're a dog or a cat. It's an animal. So my wife and I go back and forth about that. It is what it is. All right. Chewy announces fiscal quarter 2024 financial results conference call. That was 7 days ago. Nancy says, I'm with your wife. I figured you would be. I figured more women would be on my wife's side. I'm thinking that more men would be on my side. I don't know. I'm thinking more men would be on my side. Pet insurance, of course. Vet. Well, there he goes. Marcus says vet can cost thousands of dollars. Why? They're animals. I don't know. All right. So it looks like a lot of the move was because of earnings. That's what it looks like. And it's been on fire. You're right. It's been on fire. I think, did we not put a buy order? No, we did not. Let's go set an alert. Where's my alert set at? I'm going to go a little higher. 4205. 4205 is my alert set on there. While it's not easy, we're looking to increase productivity. It's tough in transition. I hope your friend finds a good job. Yeah, I got you. Thank God it's Friday. ABB, you're right. Glenn, can you take a look at TPC? TPC, let's create. TPC, big move. Almost parabolic. Wow, almost parabolic. I don't know if almost is the word. I think it's parabolic. Got to be careful with it. That's a big jump in a short amount of time. Put this on a 1-year graph. Oof. It moved so fast that it went from being undervalued to overvalued. All right. What did Jerry say? Nancy's crazy. Nancy, I know. There you go, Jerry. Jerry got my back. Nancy's got Janet's back, but Jerry's got my back. Thank you, Jerry. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Hey, thanks, Jerry. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Hi, Glenn. Can you look at CRSP? Let me finish looking at TPC. Again, it's kind of parabolic. Just be careful with it. Just be careful with it. All right. What is it? APLD. APLD. Nice little run off of this level of support. Broke through this level of resistance right here, which I like. Watch earnings, though. Earnings doesn't look so happy, so it doesn't look so good. Let's go to 6-month graph. Let's go to 3-month graph. I do like the move. The break above resistance. Very little wick at the top. Amir says, my dogs are my life. Amir's with my wife, too. I don't know. Dogs ain't my life. It's a dog. I like him. I feed him. I walk him. How about it? He's a mama's dog, though. He goes running over to his mama. Listen, he sits next to me only when my wife's not there. And then I'd be like, how many likes we got? 50, 51. Don't worry about the likes today. All right, don't worry about the likes today. I'm looking at stocks. Don't worry about it. I'm looking at stocks. We still got about 9 minutes. I'm looking at stocks. I've been looking at them all this whole time. Can I play short-term put options? Didn't I answer that question already, Ali? Why? Why would I want to play a short-term put option? For what reason? Oklo is a good play. Let me go look. Dang it. Let me go up. There was that TPC. There was another one. APLD. I saw something else. APLD I'm looking at. Wasn't there another one? I seems to have clearer vision. Ooh, I like that, Bert. EYE. Let's go take a look at I. Ooh, nice big jump there, too. What's the news on I? Stock news. It's up 3% today. 20 hours ago, National Vision announces settlement of 2025 convertible senior notes. Okay. That was about it. Big jump. Stops right at resistance, right at the top right there. I don't know if I want that. 6-month graph. 1 year. It's at a 1-year high. Go back to 3 months. Let me see. I might put an alert. Let me see. A little higher than where it is right now. I'm looking at 1959. I'm going to create. It's interesting. Let's go see if we can get up that high first. All right. We looked at that APLD, data center play, crypto play. You know I don't like crypto, Ocean One. You know I don't like crypto, but listen, it's a nice move. I ain't going to lie. I do like the break above resistance. Very little wick at the top. See, of course, now everybody's putting stocks in here. Now everybody's UNH. We already looked at Amir. Horrible stock. I'm not touching it. Let's go look at Meta. META. This is one that I'd be selling covered calls on. I like it long term. See right here when the stock starts turning down. Look at the 3 and the 8. The 3 is not below the 8 yet. The 3 is not above the 8 yet. All right. So I would think about selling covered calls on Meta right now. Nice move up from this bottom. Broke through several levels of resistance. From holding it long term, this is the early signs of me selling a covered call. Kathy says AMC just offered a deal for the summer. Buy one, get one if you buy a ticket during the week. Is that enough to move the stock? Didn't we look at it? Is that enough to move the stock? Even with that news, look at today's wick. Even with that news, Kathy. Look at today's wick. I don't know if that's, something, if nothing else, If you're that interested in it, put in a watch list. All right, put in a watch list. What is the hype on Palantir? Why are insiders selling off? That I don't know. I didn't know that insiders were selling off. I own it, and I'm happy with it. I got this level of resistance, broke through level of resistance, now testing this level of support. The 3, the 8, and the 20 are all still in play. Grow. Let's go look at Grow. GROW, Urban Investors. Oof, that's a tough one. If I could draw a trend line from here to here, it's a downtrend. It's a downtrend, but I can also draw a trend line from this level of support all the way up to where we are right now. That's an uptrend. It's a shorter term uptrend than it is a longer term downtrend. All right, then it is a longer term downtrend. Hey, Glenn, how did you discover Palantir? Was it in the software? It was something I did research on, and I brought it to VV Nation in YouTube. That's how I found Palantir. That's why it's important that you watch the 6 p.m. videos. Not as many of you are watching as you used to. I don't know why. The content is only better. But less people are starting to watch it. I don't know what's going on. You guys need to share the content more. VV Nation, you need to share the content more. Get more people watching it. All right. So Grow, I see it moving. I got a level of resistance to get through there, Value, we're undervalued, but value is falling. If you know something about the stock, keep it in a watch list. I'm not feeling it right now. Let's go look at CELH. That is a 3-month graph. Wow, Bert just gave us a $5. I didn't see that. I was up in the chat looking at the stocks. $5 super chat. Type the W's in the room. Can you find us another stock like Amir? I'm working on it. I've been working on it. That's why you got to watch the 6 p.m. videos. Between Ryan and I, we're working on it. All right, we are working on it. We need Janice on the case. Janice is not here today. I don't know. How about Janet's going to watch the replay of this? She's going to say, oh, my gosh, I wasn't even there, and somebody still mentioned my name. She's going to be like, wow. Yeah, that's how much you're missed, Janice. How about that? Celsius broke through a 3-month level of resistance. A little bit of indecision today. Testing as a level of support, up 1.31%. Let's go put this on a 6-month graph. 6-month high. Is this a 1-year high? No. This stock's woo-wee. Put this back on 6-month. I don't know what I think about this stock. Stock's moving up, broke through resistance. Right now, it's testing as a level of support. I'd put this on a watch list. I'm not ready to think about buying it yet. It's got to show me a little bit more, I think. I definitely put it on a watch list. I definitely put it on a. Let's go see. I don't even know if I want to put an alert on this. Now that's short term. I don't even want to put an alert on this. All right. What else? Janice, we miss your wit. Look at that. She's gonna watch this and she's gonna see the chat. Bert, again, thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. Would you prefer a dictator? I'm going back up in the chat to see what's up there. You're lucky. We are screwed in Canada with socialists. Oh, boy. I'm not getting into that. Lore. Let's go with LOAR. Let me zoom in. It's below the 3, the 8, and the 20. It is bouncing off a level of support. Nah, I need for at least the 3 to go above the 8 before I even think about it. All right, nice little move prior to this big dip down. All right, it did find a level. Of support. Put this on 6 months. Found a level of support right here, right there. Found a level of support. I like the bounce, but I need this to technically come to me. I'm looking for the 3 to cross above the 8. All right, I'm right at 3 o'clock. I'm ready to go. Today, we were all over the place, but we looked at a lot of your stocks. Hopefully, the whole idea of setting the alerts is going to be huge. All right, because you can only do that in the mobile app. You can't do that pretty much on the desktop, but you can do it in the mobile app. Folks, if you have the desktop, you automatically get the mobile app. Hopefully you followed me on some of these alerts that I set up for you. When they happen, see right here where it says recent alerts to the left, they'll show up right there. Those stocks that you put alerts on, then you can take action on them if you want to. All right. Did Glenn remember to take Jake out of timeout? No, the only person that was in timeout indefinitely was Mark Norton. He's not even here. He's usually not here for these. All right. I got to go. Remember, I got the 6 p.m. video tonight. Make sure you watch it. For those of you who are brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We want you to be part of VV Nation. If you still don't have the software yet, go to www.vectorvest.com/YT, $9.95. All right. Thank you guys for all the well wishes after my beginning of the week debacle that I had with my teeth. Again, they're getting better. I got a plan to make them even more better. But thank you guys for being here, supporting the channel. Supporting the channels. This is what it's all about. All right. So, hey, and again, we give you the straight facts about everything. We're not going to hype up nothing. I don't want to hype up anything in this room ever. All right. That's not the kind of, and if that brings us less people to the channel, I'm okay with that. I want quality people. I'd rather have quality than quantity. I'd rather have quality than quantity. You guys represent the quality of the people that we want on YouTube. So thank you for being there, and thank you for supporting the channel. All right. With that being said, I got to go. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao. Au revoir. Sayonara. Aloha. All to all my peeps in Hawaii. You know I love me some Hawaii. I need to be there right now. Right now. I need to be in Hawaii. Always remember, there's good people in the world. If you can't find one, be one. Odabu. Bom dia. Salam. Shalom. Namaste. Yasu. Until the next time, folks. See ya.